Close your eyes for a moment. Just listen. These are symphonies, the sounds and the voices of this sacred place. An orchestra of different elements directed by the great master, the Creator. Nazareth stimulates the senses. Imagine that you are in the city where after a dialogue, the Word became flesh and the history of humanity was transformed. Imagine hearing the announcement of the angel Gabriel and the response of the Virgin Mary. A yes that comes from the sweet and gentle voice of the Mother of God. On the shores of the Sea of Galilee, the words of Christ were heard several times. The sound of the sea is the same sound. The calling, the parables about the kingdom of heaven, the word that heals and brings freedom, everything still seems to echo upon these waters. The variety of sounds of the religions, at the Wailing Wall, specifically at sunset on Friday, the beginning of Shabbat, the sacred day of the Jews, reading and singing from the Torah and the prayers have peculiar sounds. It is time for one of the 5 ritual prayers, the Salat, which every Muslim must observe turning toward Mecca in the language of the Quran, even at night. The official languages of the country are Hebrew and Arabic. English is a common language, but many other languages can be heard. The Holy Land hosts a population of diverse ethnic, religious, cultural and social origins. Of the approximately 8 million people in Israel, 75% are Jews and 20% are Arabs. Among the latter, the majority is Muslim, while Christians are in the minority. Convergence of sounds and languages. This is the Jaffa Gate, one of the 8 gates that exist along the walls of the old city of Jerusalem. One of the most circulated gates used by the local inhabitants and people from all over the world. Just stand here for a few moments and try to recognize which language you're hearing. Passing through the Jaffa Gate, you will find the old city of Jerusalem and 350 meters away, the Basilica of the Holy Sepulchre, a sanctuary of cohabitation of different Christian churches. The celebrations and prayers help us understand every ritual, especially through hearing. Once again, let yourself be carried away by your imagination until the last sighs of Christ before his death, and after the resurrection until the exclamation of Mary Magdalene, who sees the risen Lord and exclaims, Rabboni, Master, in Hebrew. One of the most interesting ceremonies is that of the Holy Fire during Holy Week of the Orthodox.
A gente reza in latim aqui dentro. A Igreja Católica.
We of the Latin Roman Catholic Church pray in Latin here. Other churches, like the Orthodox Church, pray in Greek. The Armenian Church prays in Armenian. The Coptic Church in Coptic. The Syriac Church in Syriac Aramaic. They are all languages that express the cultures of Christianity. The part of the liturgy that leads us to pray, watching, listening, even the liturgical vestments, all of these elements make up the richness of prayer. We can say that prayer is incessant here because we pray at night too. During the night, the Basilica does not sleep. The Basilica prays.
Porque também aqui a gente reza de noite. De noite também a Basílica não dorme. A Basílica reza.
In the land of King David, who sang and danced in the presence of the Lord and is considered one of the authors of the Psalms, the fusion of voices and melodies is accomplished at every step. Nothing is impossible for those who experience the place and open themselves to dialogue. Communication comes from the sounds of cities, from the diverse languages and rituals to the silence of the desert, a silence that is not only the absence of words or sounds, but communion with God. In the Holy Land, even silence is felt. Just close your eyes.